Hey everyone. Okay, so the chapter starts in the immediate aftermath of the last chapter where we learn Wu-Tang is now working as a part-timer at the shop. And just ripping the band-aid off, this one, as I alluded to last chapter, I'm mixed on Wu-Tang becoming a member of the supporting cast for this series because on one hand, upon further reflection, with his personal ties to Lou and after what happened with the Triad, it does make sense that he would that this would be the next logical step. Where I still do have concerns, though, is what kind of niche he's going to fit into as a supporting character. Because if it's anything like what the beginning of the chapter showed, then we're fine. But if part of this his shtick is going to be going into that pseudo Sanji, where we only get focused on the gag part of his character that's deeply in love with Lou, that's where we're going to have some problems. But again, so far, it seems like that's not the case, and Suzuki has like leaned more into him being the straight man, annoyed by the Sakamoto crew's antics, but also fit him into a nice sort of role as an information broker for the crew, which is kind of nice to have on hand, as we won't be fumbling around in the dark as much as we were before, like so probably. Um, and in saying that, we segue pretty seamlessly in learning that X recently targeted a high security prison, and now there are 4 death row inmates on the loose that have been contracted by Kashima to kill the Sakamoto crew. Which, first off, I do like Kashima's return in the sense where the events of the lab arc are already bleeding over into this one. But secondly, after meeting the 4 escapees, which character designs are top tier, by the way, Kashima gives them a hit list of the Sakamoto crew, and one face obviously sticks out on that list, though. Nagamo. Now, we know Nagamo has been investigating X, but the fact that now he's now been lumped into the Sakamoto crew on Kashima's hit list does beg the question of just how far into Nagamo's investigation is he, and just what exactly he knows, which in itself just means that Nagamo's path is going to have to cross with the Sakamoto crew at some point. He's going to have to crisscross at some point during this arc. Most likely during the initial confrontation with these psychopaths. And yeah, I'm kind of and yeah, as a whole, one question that I really have though is I'm kind of wondering what X's game is by contracting these 4 out, because as I said, on Nagamo's end, it's likely he's gotten too close to discovering X's secrets. But with what is the end game with Taro here? Because it feels like there's more to it than just he's in the way, so he needs to be eliminated. It's like even though that's what Kashima was saying, as far as X's motivations and just how Wu-Tang just laid out the facts of the situation and his attack on that prison, it almost feels like X is testing Taro for some reason. Like there's something he there's something more he wants from Taro than just to kill him. I don't know, like it's probably it's whatever it is. I think it's definitely feeding into the idea that the idea of it's one of those things that's building up to eventually learning what happened in the past, what happened. That's going to reveal what X's connection to Taro actually is. And the end of the chapter, I'm not gonna lie, feels like a punchline to a perfectly timed, dark, humorous joke. Like, you have these murderous inmates out to kill our main characters, and how do they respond? Nonchalantly jumping straight into the action, getting prepped to face them like it was any other average day. Like, just not giving a fuck about the danger. And I just love it about this group of weirdos that they're just so willing to kind of jump into danger like that. And I especially love Taro's response of saying if they're dangerous, then that's all the more reason to go after them. And he's not wrong, but it's just hilarious how carefree they are about the whole thing, and how this is being treated like an average day at the shop at this point. Although, on a more serious note, I do have a really bad feeling things are getting to the point of no return. Like, regardless of how this arc ends, I think Taro's gonna get fully thrust into a situation where he can no longer just just be repeating the same cycle of treating each threat on a day-to-day basis, he's gonna have to knuckle down and like actually get serious about pursuing X. I feel like that's what this is building up to right now. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Blue Sky, Analyst Crunchyroll, wish you the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight, everybody, signing off. Later, everyone.